12:25 Christmas. There it is. Why would someone be responsible for that? If you...
ではこれより第22回聖アレイア学院文化祭を開催いたします。
You know what?
皆様どうぞお楽しみください。
Maybe it was a bad idea that I compared the actions of Shu to the actions of the ancestors of slave owners, descendants of slave owners. Sister Lily's voice carries over the loudspeaker as usual. We listen to the announcement, feeling revitalized, knowing the time has finally come. And this time, her hat won't be burnt to a crisp.
ご迷惑をおかけしました。さくや、それは一個なし。同じ日付を二度迎えるというのは、とても変な感じだね。
All of us are reliving the same day twice in a row, except for one exception.
いやー、久しぶりだな、この感じ。自分の作品が出せないのが悔しいわ。
Oh, right. Rinka didn't eat the pie, so she didn't have to relive through she didn't have to experience Christmas twice. Now that she's finally allowed out in public, Rinka is celebrating this year's culture festival for the first time. Rinka wasn't there. Yeah, I guess she's allowed now. Even though... See, that's the confusing part, right? Because... Sister Lily was complicit in allowing Guido to blow up the school. And now that Guido doesn't want to blow up the school, I guess Rinka isn't that big of a threat anymore? I think? Because... I don't know. Hang on, did I... Everyone's been acknowledging her reappearance. Yeah, everyone's been acknowledging her reappearance from afar with wide-eyed amazement all day.
凛花の扱いはどうなるんだ?
How she allowed back when she was kicked out of them? By them? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
昨日リリー先生に言ったら普通に戻ってきていいんだってさ。なんかすげえあっさりしてたぜ。
Oh, okay. I mean, you I mean, like, are we just not gonna mention the fact that she beat up she beat up Sister Lily, right? Beat up is a strong word, right? I'm like, knocked her out? Or... God damn it. Now I'm confusing myself.
あなたたちの先輩だよ。この町のじゃないけどね。
Leela. I'm sure she'd known what was going on as much as we did and passed it along to Sister Lily. Right, I guess she would have. With Watarase's plan to bring about the apocalypse crushed, there's less of a need to keep everyone under lock and key. I wish I could thank her, but as always, I have no idea where she might be. Dexter, I don't know why you're asking BB Hentai when she has chatbots.
じゃあとりあえず持ち場に散りますか。
でも私は上映するだけだからほとんど変わんねえんだけどな。
Of course I had that random thought. Well, it's not a random thought anymore. You fucking posted it in the chat. What did you... It's not a thought anymore.
先輩、また時間が合えばご飯行きましょう。
Hang on, we only in your route, alright? This is Yune's route. Sure, Kotaha and Kido should come too.
了解。
Your thoughts are eternal. You do not use the chatbot to externalize your thoughts.
何を言われるやらだな。
And so we each split off, heading toward our designated exhibit areas. Except me. There's someone I have to see. Kotaha.
シュウ君、どうしたの？自分の教室に行くんじゃなかったっけ？
Yeah, I should, but before I head over, I wanted to thank you.
もしかして昨日のこと？それなら気にしなくていいよ。私たちの方が助かってるんだし。
Be that as it may, it's not just about yesterday. Kotaha's been helping me out for a very long time now. The only reason I knew so much about Rinka and learned of Guido's plans is all thanks to you, Kotaha. You helped me so many times now, across several timelines. Yeah, but you're not allowed to
泣いち
romance.
ゃダメ。今の私たちが別れてもまた会えるんだから。
You're not allowed to romance her until after. Bro. Okay, Kotaha. But I promise, I won't forget anything you taught me.
よしよし。今までも辛かったんだよね。絶対にうまくやってね。誰も悲しまないように。シュウ君ならきっとできるよ。
It's crazy that he went to Kotaha first, considering that she was the last character out of the three that we had a route for. She taught me so much, cheered me on, and sent me on my way. I want her to know how much her kindness has helped me along, even beyond what she could remember. I promised I'd tell you everything when I finally succeeded. So, thank you. I mean it.
そっか。自分からメッセージを受け取るなんてなんか変な感じだね。ありがとう、シュウ君。シュウ君のおかげで私もこうやって平和にクリスマスを迎えられて嬉しいよ。
If the after stories in all ages are not a thing, then they barely got together. Yeah, at least in Kirie's route, they got together, right?
頑張ったね。
They sure did. Hearing her say that makes me feel as if everything I struggled through was worth it. I mean, like, they got together earlier than in Kotaha's route. I'm filled with gratitude.
でも気になるな。その時の私はどんなんだったんだろう。変なことしてないかな。
Nope, nothing weird. You were the same pragmatic leader as always.
なんか目が泳いでるような。
At any rate, after thanking Kotaha, I head back toward my own classroom. Ten. I glance over at the clock hung on the wall. I'd always thought the lack of numbers was a stylistic choice, but I guess there was a reason behind it after all. 10, 3, and 4, yeah, that makes sense. After all, the mystery and the uneasiness leading up to this point, we finally made it to this day again. and I couldn't be happier. Everything's going great, except you. What are you doing here?
言っちゃ悪いかよ。
Not exactly. It's just, I don't think you'll find my stuff interesting.
いやー、写真とはいえシュウが偉そうに個展開いてるのが面白い。
You're going overboard with the compliments.
まあ多めに見てくれよ。私は出し物もないからロム線なんだ。
Ricky clearly picked up some weird words. I can't be bothered to correct her, but I just go along with it.
それにこの1週間辛かったんだ。逃亡者みたいな生活してたからな。ようやくおテント様の下に出れた喜びよ。
Says the girl who's been lounging around other people's rooms. Anyway, I'm about to head out.
あれ、そうなの？
Yep. I'm gonna see how Yune's doing.
ああ、はいはいはいはいはい。
What's your problem?
いやー、別に二人で楽しんでくればいいんじゃない？
Damn. It's crazy. I mean, like, technically she is old enough to call other people kids. The way she says it rubs me the wrong way. It's almost time for her recital, so she needs to practice.
ああ、そういやシュウが伴奏するのか？さすが音楽教師。
That's not my job anymore. I'm just glad I'm here right now as a student. According to Sakuya, I wasn't as close to everyone when I was a teacher. Besides, I only take up the mantle because it was the only way for me to get in here. I say goodbye to Rinka and head to the chapel where Yune is waiting. Makes sense. Yeah. I opened the door to the sound of angelic singing. You'd think a song that powerful and dignified, enough to move the chapel itself, might come from a throat that, god damn it.
シュウ、準備はできたの？
Coming from a throat that couldn't produce a sound just a week ago. Would be odd if the teacher is close to a student. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's a visual novel, so, like, is it really? Yeah, I'm sure an exhibit will be fine without me. I'm sure my exhibit will be fine without me. It's a strategic move based on everything I've experienced thus far. Besides, this is far more important, considering Yune finally gets to perform her recital for once. Also, did you think about what I said yesterday?
うん。最後の時間はあれにしようと思う。
Oh, yeah? In that case, you need to practice.
今まで付き合わせてごめんね。でも今回こそ最後だから。
Yep. I also want to thank you for all the help you've given me until now. With that said, I settle down in front of the organ. I place my fingers on the keys and smile at Yune.
私たちって本当にずっとお互い様って感じだよね。
Luna, Kanata, Toa, of course it's those three. It doesn't make sense if it was anything but them. Are you saying... Yeah, but like Rushia. Is she not... Well, okay. I would understand if Rushia wasn't in Holocure. But, you know... I know. Ever since the night we ate those apples... We went out to hang Yune's apples on the tree. That's when we witnessed a miracle, and then each ate our own apple. After everything we've relived, retired, and reflected on, true Christmas is finally here. This day wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the two of us working together.
今まで本当にありがとう、シュウ。
Same to you. There's so much I want to say, but I'll wait until after your recital.
確かに。
Because I know we'll finally be able to congratulate each other on a job well done after today. We'll give it everything we can now, so we can greet tomorrow with a smile.
それじゃ。
Listen, seeing the 1226 will be a monumental moment. That's all I'm gonna say. Just go just chatting. Okay, so the answer is no. He isn't adding Rushia in, which makes sense. Getting past Christmas would be good. Exactly. This is our final rehearsal. I reflect on the fact that there'll never be another reset ever again. Sana, what are you questioning marking about Sana? We do the best we can in the limited amount of time we have. What about her? Of course she's in there. It's the only reason.
それで1回目の公演はうまくいったんですか？
So what if she graduated? Bro, Coco graduated too and she's in there. The only reason Dexter, I know you live under a rock, but like, Jesus Christ, man. The only reason Rushia shouldn't be in here, in Holocure, is because she's a shit person. She fucking cheated on her husband the day of their wedding. First of all, right? She was abusive. She is... Okay, that is BS. Okay, yeah, I understand now. Yeah, she sang so well that I didn't even notice the pauses between the songs. After attending Yune's first performance, I met up with Sakuya in the shopping district for a lunch break. Eating lunch here with her here at this time is something I've grown used to. However, it froze. Is something wrong with the stream? Well, if she did it, it happened more than once. Well, obviously, but like, sane people, like, it happens on such a it's such a common thing that you can group an entire you can group it. How do I say this? You can apply it to a whole group of people. Cheating happens a lot. Though I'm referring to the specific example of what happened with Mafu Mafu. Right? That doesn't happen a lot. Cheating happens a lot. Right? Even if it's still the minority, it still happens a lot. Right? I am referring to the fact that Mafu Mafu bought Rushia a house, and Rushia married Mafu Mafu and cheated on him in the same day. Right? There's other things that happened that I'm drawing a blank on, right? Like, there was a time where Rushia's one of Rushia's pets died, and she cremated them, and the urn that stored those ashes was on the floor. Right? She didn't even put it up on her fucking mantelpiece or whatever the fuck. She left it on the floor. Right? And then there's some other things of, like, of like Mikineko / Rushia accusing Mafu of killing her pet. Right? That's a whole nother thing. And like, look, you can there's a ton of videos talking about this shit when it happened, right? On YouTube, and don't be linking them in the media share, all right, for me to watch. That's for you to watch. I've already seen them.
本番も週が伴奏やりゃいいんじゃねえの？
However, Sister Lily was always supposed to be there during the actual show. I'm just the practice partner.
どうせなら先輩方2人のコンビネーションを見たいですけどね。
This is why I stick to fiction. I mean, yeah, she is a psychopath. She has problems. Rika, who has nothing but time on her hands, decided to join us for lunch. We each buy what we want to eat from the various food stalls.
こっちこっち。
前と同じではつまらないから違うものを買ってきたぞ。
なんですそれ？
味噌煮込みうどん。
Interesting.
もっと分けやすいもん買ってこいよな。
Okay, here's the thing, right? Udon noodles, great. Miso broth, great. Putting them together? I don't think so. Because, right? Udon needs thick broth. Udon needs thick broth so that it can soak up all of the good juices, right? But for a miso broth, which is pretty thin, I don't think it works. Because, like, here's the thing. Udon is not a light meal, right? When you get udon, you're not going for light. I prefer thin. I mean, udon is already thick noodles, right? So you already know what you're signing up for when you're ordering udon. But you can have udon with a thinner broth, but I prefer thicker broths. I mean, I prefer thicker broths with ramen as well, but that's skim-in. Kita was the same as always. I meant in anime girls. Yeah. And so we enjoy lunch together.
シュー
Over here, the two of us meet in the hallway following her second performance. Did you eat lunch? I ate with everyone else a little bit ago.
さっきささっと。
Although there was no real need for us to meet up, we decided to check out the various exhibits together. It's not like I had any real plans until later on.
それじゃ行こっか。
Let's. Again, there was no real need for us to be here together, but I hadn't invited anyone else. Besides, everyone's busy doing their own thing anyway. Why do I feel so nervous? There have been plenty of times where I've been alone with Yune, but the two of us have never toured the festival together before. Also, we don't have udon in America, I don't think. Date time? Yeah. This is date time exclusive to her route, probably. The first out of all of the Japanese noodles, right? The first one I ever had was udon. Right? Because we have a local sushi train, right? Of course, you know what a sushi train is, right? It's a fucking belt that has sushi on it, right? You can order it personally, or you can just take it from the belt, right? They had udon, And that was the first time I've ever had udon, was from our local sushi train. And it was called it was specifically called Sushi Train, right? And they closed down, and then they were replaced by a different sushi train place, right? But they're not it wasn't called Sushi Train. It's weird. Yeah. And so as we walk down the hall, we reach our first destination, which is Sakuya's room.
あー、人と服がいっぱ
If only we got to see them.
い。いらっしゃいませです。ヨネ先輩、シオ先輩。
I had Maruchan yakisoba, teriyaki chicken, and teriyaki beef microwaved. Oh god. Fuck. Yo, things seem to be going incredibly well. Mannequins made by Guido, in brackets, are lined up in the middle of the room, adorned with colorful clothing. There's a wide array of different types of outfits, from flashy showstoppers to stylish everyday attire. We do have udon in America. Well, of course you do. What?
シオ先輩にはこちらのバニーガール服がいいと思います。ご試着はあちらで。
Excuse me? What? Are you trying to force feminize Shu, Sakuya? I didn't realize you were like that. I didn't know you were freaky like that. Not a chance. Not on this body. I've seen her exhibit many times, but I've never tried any of her clothes, given that they're all for girls. Kinya Ramen, Ninja Ramen, and Kome Japanese cuisine. The top 3 near me. Do all of them serve udon? Because 2 of them have ramen in the name. So like...
さくや、これは？それは踊り子さんをイメージした衣装です。ヨネ先輩でも着れると思います。
Listen, Sakuya, you better not be MC gonna become best girl. See, here's the thing, Sakuya. You better not be trying to force feminize Shu every second, every chance you get. All right, because like, I'll wear them, but I'm not. But I'll wear them, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. After Yune tries on some of Sakuya's clothes. Oh, okay. We head over to the atelier where Yuji's prints are set up. Hey.
おう、シュウ。あれ、ユネもいるのか？
いるよ。
デートか？
デートじゃないよ。
It most definitely is, Yune.
なんで疑問系だ？
It's completely normal for an unattached boy and a girl to check out the culture festival together. Yeah.
ユネは後で歌もやるんだろ？その時は聞きに行くからよ。
本当？ありがとう。じゃあその後にキリエのとこ行こうね。
なんつうか、同じ文化祭を2度やるってのも変な話だよな。まあ今回のユネは声が出るようになってよかったよ。
We're way past my second time going through this festival, but this is the first time I've felt this happy about it. Because you aren't fearing for what's to come. Well, in this case, what isn't to come. I think the main reason why I'm so carefree this time around is because the day feels like Christmas and not like the beginning of the end. Yeah, like I just said. Plus, I'm able to listen to Yune singing with an open mind and soul. Are you really sure?
ユネさんも慣れたシュウさんとやる方がいいでしょう。私からすればお願いしたいくらいです。
In that case...
うん。最後、よろしくね、シュウ。
I mean, like, it has been the 11th time we've done this, so... And that's how I got to play alongside Yune during the final performance. Look at Discord. Why? What does it matter that you show me your fucking ramen places? I've been planning to watch Yune perform from the front row, so it caught me by surprise. But I'm happy to do whatever I can to support her. The last show is at 4, so 30 minutes to go. Dexter, you know you could just search up udon, right?
もう少ししたら入り口を開けるね。みんな来てくれるといいけど。
I'm sure they will. There's never been a timeline where our friends didn't show up. The only thing in doubt is whether I can play well. 15 minutes pass and the chapel doors are opened. Both familiar and unfamiliar faces begin filling the chapel, intrigued by this unusual art form. To be honest, Kyrie's movies attract a much larger crowd than Yune's performances. Soba and udon are exactly the same. They are not. She was right when she said it felt like she felt as if the people here have a hard time accepting a more abstract art form. And yet, despite all that, it's time, Yune.
最後だと思うと緊張してきた。
This is how Yune expresses herself best. Through her voice and song. Just because it's not tangible doesn't diminish the creativity. Creativity involved in her art form.
張り切っていけよ。キリエ、そういうムードじゃないよ今。
ま、カツを入れるのはいいかもしれんが。
静かに応援してましょうや。
ユネが歌ってんの聞くのは1年ぶりだな。
先輩、頑張って。あはは。
The usual gang is here, but it seems to help quiet Yune's nerves. And maybe mine too. And getting riled up is good for YouTube. Yeah, but you need to clip it. You need to clip the moment. You can't just keep it in the VOD. Dexter, you need to do your job as a mod. Now then.
行こっか。
Our breathing is in sync as we switch to non-verbal communication, just like in the art gallery. The rest is just like we rehearsed. We better hear this. All they have to do is go through the same motions as always, playing each song in turn. First song. What a friend we have in Jesus. Oh my god. Second song, Deck the Halls. Oh my god. And then the third song. But before we start, Yune turns to the audience. Don't you dare say that the third song is Amazing Grace.
皆さん、今日は私のために時間を割いてきてくれて本当にありがとうございます。
Yune's speaking voice is a little different than her singing one. She shares her feelings with the sparse crowd, dispersed here and there among the chapel pews.
お聞きいただいたみたいに、私、ユネの制作は歌です。でも、 メロディーを作ってるわけでも歌詞を作ってるわけでもなくて、ただ歌って聴いてもらうだけ、それで本当にいいのかなって思ってた時期もありました。でも私にとって私を表現できるのはこれしかないから、聞いてくれた皆さんの心に何かを残せればいいなって思います。
It might not have been the most skillfully given speech, but her awkward way of talking seems to most accurately reflect her unorganized thoughts. Besides, what she really wants to say is,
今こうして歌えること、それもきっと一つの奇跡だと思うから。
it is a miracle. One built on a foundation of countless painful and unexpected circumstances. All of it led to this moment of this day, on this day. Sing your heart out, Yune. Sing so everyone, that everyone here, no, the whole, so the whole world can hear your song.
最後の一曲です。私の声が翼を広げて、オーロラの向こうまで届きますように。
Of course you're not gonna see, of course we're not gonna hear the first two.
Amazing Grace.
Fuck you! Amazing Grace, in short, it refers to a wonderful blessing. Reverend John Newton was on a sea voyage when a violent storm threatened his life. The sea full of raging waves, his boat half submerged with the other sailors already throwing themselves overboard. It was only a matter of time before the ship capsized. And yet, even as deep despair threatened to take over, he never gave up hope. There is no such thing as God. Okay. He used to declare that so confidently, and yet, in his time of need, he prayed for the first time, hoping for a miracle. How can I, a sinful man, beg God for help after everything I've done? His heartfelt prayer, however, managed to reach the heavens above. His miraculous survival led to a change of heart, and he lived out the rest of his days as a believer. Amazing Grace is one of the many hymns he subsequently wrote. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. No. That saved a wretch like me. Fuck off. Why am I singing it? I'm not. I'm glad I'm not. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. The hymn is about the importance of prayer, which seems fitting considering the miracle of the apple that was bestowed upon her. Yune's heartfelt prayer saved all of us, including, of course, Guido. Thank you for guiding us with this to this day. More than anything, we want her to know how grateful we are. I believe that her voice will surely reach God in heaven above. Because her song, her form of expression, stretches out infinitely in all directions. I can't believe it.
ありがとうございました。以上で私の発表はおしまいです。
How fucking dare you? You didn't sing, Yune! You sang the song! And thus the curtain falls on Yune's recital. Relieved that I didn't make any mistakes, I meet Yune's glance with my own. The audience is gone and we are the only ones left in the chapel. The crowd burst into applause as soon as the last lingering note vanished, convincing me she definitely touched everyone's hearts. But another thought comes to mind along with the glow of satisfaction. It's over. Finally. The festival I've relived over and over has finally come to a close. There's an emptiness I'm sure anyone might have given the circumstances, but in my case it's like an abyss comprised of multitudes of layers. In other words, it feels like I have a gaping hole in my chest. Yeah, how is someone dying on topic, Dexter?
シュウ、今日までありがとね。
Sure. Although it sounds like a goodbye when you put it like that.
じゃあ、これからもよろしく。
Of course, there's always next year. And I'm always happy to help. Always happy to help out. Whitney Houston's mother. She was a singer. Maybe you should have started off with Whitney Houston's mother instead of the fact that she died.
来年、そっか、文化祭、これで終わっちゃうけど、最後じゃないんだもんね。
And we'll be here for the next. I have no idea how much longer this town will be around for, but we've got at least a year or two left.
文化祭までには展覧会もいっぱいあるし、私も機会がもらえたらいいな。
I'm sure you will. Your recital went so well. Afterward, we went to see the final screening of Kyrie's film, which was Koto Rangers. Who would have guessed? Once we heard Sister Lily's announcement, we knew the festival had ended without incident. Which means... Which means that we can finally see the gift that Shu wants to give Yune.
こっからが本番ってとこあるよな。
わかりますね。展示中はあんまはっちゃけられませんし。
ほら、シュウもジュース飲もう。
Sure. It's already 7 p.m., which means it's time for the Christmas party. But isn't the Christmas party usually... No, Yune's birthday party is usually around 10. Originally, we were going to throw a surprise party for Yune in the atelier. However...
なに？ユネのパーティーは明日にしてほしい？
Please. There's something I need to do today.
あたしらを差し置いてやりたいことってなんだよ。
The gift for Yune is the chicken's nickname. First of all, it's the rooster's nickname. And second of all, that's inappropriate. Alright? This game didn't even come with an age warning, alright? So...
私たちを差し置くことじゃないかな。
抜け駆けってやつだよ。な。
It pains me to say this, but you're not invited.
お、マジか。覚悟決めたんだな、シュウ。
There is an 18 plus version. Well, I'm not playing it, am I? Yet.
ん？さっぱりわからん。
シュウはユネと二人になりたいんだ。そっとしておいてやろう。
しょうがねえな、もう。私たちは頃合いを見計らって解散するから、あとはユネを連れ出すといいよ。
Kotaha, Giro. Thank you. Despite my selfish request, everyone's okay pushing the party back by one day. As for why, it's really so I can get a sneaky head start to her birthday, like Rika said.
ほらゆね、ついでやる。しびれる歌声だったぜ。
My voice is tired.
それにほら、私にはよくわかんねえけど、今日のために一番頑張ってたみたいだし。ありがとう。コトレンジャーもすごく楽しかったよ。ほんとか？なら次はユネも出演確定だからな。喜べ。
Dexter, delete that.
そうは言ってないよ。
However, just like always, whenever I make up my mind to do something, I get nervous about casually reaching out. I've survived so many life-threatening situations up to this point, so why am I nervous? Why am I this nervous?
上がっているのか。
Which doesn't let me anymore? What? Don't say frisky, okay, Guido? What? That's what I'm saying. It's Guido. I wish he wouldn't scare me like that.
ビビってんじゃねえよシュウ。男なら一気に言っとけ。
I never said I was doing anything.
その様子で自白、いや、告白しているようなものだぞ。
There was no need to rephrase that.
何の話？
Huh? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all.
めっちゃ怪しいリアクション。気になるんだけど。
男同士の会話ってやつだよ。
Yeah, it's just guy talk.
そうそう、裸の付き合いというやつだ。
Stop lying, Guido. Stop making it sound worse than it does bros being gay. Yune's fed up with this.
まあいいけど、なんか私の方見て話してた気がしたから。
バッチリ気づかれてるじゃねえか。
No shit. Because you two kept staring at her. Suddenly, someone throws me a line.
先輩方、向こうで写真を撮ってくれるみたいなんですが、どうですか？写真？いいね。せっかくだからみんなで撮ろうよ。
年に一度だしな。
A memento. I'm so happy that everyone's safe and we're able to celebrate Christmas like this. This day I failed to get it. This day I failed to get to so many times.
こっちこっち。リリー先生が撮ってくれるって。
Coming.
リンカパイセン、私高えとこ行きたいから肩車してくれよ。
しょうがねえな。
I'm so relieved. The scene before me is too realistic to be a dream.
よかったね。
Me too. I know Yuna, who's standing next to me, feels the same way I do. All the struggles we faced in the past timelines we lived through and lost were not in vain. Just like that, the party comes to an end, and the day is about to pass over to the next. I discreetly called Yuna over.
どうしたの？シュウ。
Yeah, but like, why was the wind ominous? Most of the students had left for either the shopping district or the Christmas tree, leaving the courtyard empty except for us. The way the cool breeze ruffles Yune's long hair makes my heart skip a beat. Calling the girl you like out at the school courtyard at night, it seems pretty cliche, but it was the only thing I could think of. I just wanted to talk. I was thinking about how this is all finally over.
確かにいろんなことがあったよね。本当に。
Struggling to stay calm while I collect my thoughts. We reminisce about the road that led us to this day. The first time we witnessed the town's destruction, becoming Anna from the time travel movie. Although Yune didn't really remember most of that. All the times we tried and failed to change our seemingly unalterable fate. And the hidden truth behind everything. It's really hard to believe that not even a month has passed since I came here. Well, technically, it's been...
そっか。何年も一緒にいたみたい。っていうか、実際いたのに。
It's been a little over 2 years, around that much time. There's a clear divergence between what we experience and what actually happened. Regardless how many times we've relived the same loop, the days themselves remain the same, so does it really matter? So actually... Puzzled by my oddly meandering conversation, she waits for me to continue looking at me innocently. I had hoped to broach the topic far more naturally. There's something I want to show you, Yune.
見せたいもの?
I rummaged through my pocket before finding what I was looking for. I try to pull it out. Why am I failing so hard?
なんで慌ててんの?
It's stuck on something. Admitted already, you're nervous. I need to tell Yune how I truly feel. There we go. Here. I take out a piece of paper the size of my hand.
まっさらな紙。それがどうしたの?
I once found a list in the basement room with the name of every student attending the academy. This town was built around the academy. Only children deemed to be artistically gifted were allowed in, which necessitated an enrollment for managerial purposes, and thus why every person in this town is recorded on it. Artistically guilty. I left it behind in that room, but I made sure to remember one name. Yours.
私の名前?
She doesn't seem to understand what I mean. It makes sense considering her whole life she's only gone by Yune.
私はユネだよ。
Yeah, well, no, it is. But you're Japanese. And you have a Japanese name to match. It's probably faster to just show her. With that thought in mind, I unfold the piece of paper, spreading it out in my hand. I'll write it for you, okay? It doesn't matter. She's not going to be able to read it anyway. So we got her full name? Yes. And her last name is Watarase. Oh dear God, it is incest! It's just 2 characters. It should be no big deal, but I'm so nervous my palms are sweaty. Also, now that I think about it, I haven't written anything down in over a year. Yeah, you got that right. I show her the 2 characters written on the paper in my not very neat handwriting.
何? これ.
These 2 characters spell out your name. I explained it to her since she can't read. Which is when she seems to catch on to what I'm trying to do.
わかった。こっちがゆで、こっちがねって読むんだ。
Right. It's not a very common name, so I knew it had to be you. Though the pronunciation remains the same, the kanji gives it a new meaning. It's something that holds it's something that holds all your parents' love for her. All of her parents' love for her. Both the you and the ne, it means something.
意味
This is what I wanted to tell her. It's kind of presumptuous of me to explain her own name to her, but I want her to know what it really means. Yeah, but is it really presumptuous when she can't even read? It means a distant or eternal sound.
遥かな音
Meaning, hearing what her actual name means for the first time. Her surprise is quickly replaced by a gentle smile as she repeats the words to herself.
ユネユネユネそっか
Bro. She just said Yune 3 times. How can you distinguish the 3? It's an odd revelation. Without the knowledge of writing or kanji, she's always thought of herself as simply Yune. But, now that she knows the true meaning behind the syllables, she seems oddly satisfied. She begins speaking haltingly, her warm gaze reflecting the words she's trying to say.
もう顔も覚えてないけどママに会いたいなって思ったかも
That would sound narcissistic IRL. No? Children who come here cannot leave, no matter what. That was the #1 most ironclad condition necessary for making this town. Yune and everyone else here are extremely loyal to their friends, while their ties to their own family seem almost like an afterthought. That's why I felt so happy when I heard her say that to me. You'll see her again. I'm sure of it.
やっぱり外にいるのかな
She is. Everyone's families are still living their lives outside the Aurora. But you can still see them.
Huh?
She questions my confident statement. She probably doesn't realize it yet, but the Aurora no longer serves the same purpose that it once did. The person in charge of managing this town, Soichi Watarase, is dead. I mean, gone. Once you graduate, there's no need to let the town tie you down. There'll be more freedom to come and go as you like. I mean, there's already an outsider like me here. And also the teachers, all of the teachers are outsiders. And also considering that you're a Watarase, that means you technically have inherited the Aurora, which means you are the sole owner of the Aurora. So, you know, that's the other point. I have no intention of supporting the town the teachers pushed so hard to create. And I want to expand the educational curriculum and to include topics and things not found here. Even with all that, Sister Lily was still okay with me and Rinka sticking around. I mean, I don't think Sister Lily has a fucking say in what you're gonna do, Shu, considering you should be the owner.
外に出てもいいの
Maybe crazy depending how you say it. Yeah. You could, anytime. You could go see your family and come right back. And then come right back. Free the slave. Dexter, we're not doing this topic again. Alright, we already figured out that you would rather keep the slaves than free them. After all, I know how much this town means to you. Hearing that, she places her hand on her chest. She's probably overwhelmed by the extreme shift from the outlook she's had all this time, and yet...
嬉しい。
I'm glad to hear it. Her voice is so full of warmth and love, as if coming straight from her heart, that I can't help but feel joy. Oh God, this is it. I told her all the information I had. Now it's time to tell her how I feel. Just as I'm about to choose the right words to say.
シュウ、
Oh. You, yes? I stammer in surprise, caught off guard. I decide to wait until I hear what she has to say to me.
私もシュウに言わなくちゃいけないことがあるの。
Me? I'm more frazzled than I should be, as she literally took the words right out of my mouth. My anxiety only further emphasizes how calm and composed she is.
時をめぐるアンナ。
She suddenly blurts it out, the name of the movie filmed by the Academy's so-called alumni in Vokland, the second town. It's a film that holds a lot of sentimental value to me, for me as well as Yune.
私もさ、アンナと同じなんだなって思う時があって。
I wonder why. Maybe it's because you're a woman. Yeah, me too. We failed so many times, no matter what we tried. Just like she did. In response to my agreement with her, she falls silent, gently closing her eyes. Did I say the wrong thing?
そうじゃないの。そっちじゃなくて。
She looks off in the distance, as if struggling to find the right word to say. Putting my emotions aside, I try to reach out. I've repeatedly called myself Anna mainly because I felt it was the easiest way to get my point across.
私もこの町をあんな運命から救いたい。最初はその一心だったけど、気づいたら他にも大事なことが増えてた。シュウはいつも失敗して戻ってきたらその時の話を聞かせてくれてたよね。
Yeah, our little review sessions. The brief intermission between the next reset and reload. We spent so much time in that particular art gallery, racking our brains to come up with new methods of attack.
あの時、私が何度も同じ質問してたの気づいてなかった？
You mean where the bombs were planted? That question?
もう違うってば。
She snapped at me. Give me a break, though. I went into this not expecting her to take this long in my determination and resolve to go through with this. Jesus Christ. Give me a break, though. I went into this not expecting her to take this long, and my determination and resolve to go through with this are in standby mode. Also, I still have a gift to give her.
私は何してたかって聞いたでしょ？
Oh, right. I remember. Yuna had no idea what was going on outside of the subspace while I was gone. So I had to fill her in when I got back. I'd assumed that's what she asked.
それだけじゃないよ。シュウが誰と一番仲良くなったかも聞いた。
Hang on. why she asked. You did. It changed each time. Changed each time depending on who was our prime suspect.
そうだね。誰が犯人かわからなかったから毎回聞いてたけど、本当はそれだけじゃないの。
Her peaceful voice, like a leaf fluttering to the ground, rests quietly in the short pause. That wasn't the only reason. Koseki Bibu is the official name. No, it's Biju. Bijou. Bibu is a nickname. That wasn't the only reason. With those words, I know exactly what she's trying to tell me.
街を破滅から救いたい。そんな気持ちもずっとあって。でも、私の心残りはそれだけじゃなくなってて。
Bijou is the first name, yes.
私のことを支えてくれてる人ともっと仲良くなりたいなって思って。だからいっぱいおしゃべりしたけど、12月にいる本当の私はいつもそんなことを覚えてなくて。だから本人に聞くしかなかった。
I'm such an idiot. It seems so obvious now that she's pointing it out.
卒業式までに告白をしたいのにできなかった女の子の物語。それがアンナ。私は小さい頃から何度もあの映画を見てきたの。何回も失敗を続けてようやく告白を成功させるまでのアンナをずっと見てきた。私もアンナと同じなんだよ。
Yune. Her wavering voice echoes in the night air. The emotions I feel surging from her heart can be resonant with my own. Seem to resonate with my own. Is this really happening? The words I'm prepared for my own. The words I prepared for my own confession suddenly vanished from my mind. Yune is Anna's final regret. It's...
今までずっと私を支えてくれてありがとね。
I'm
あ
not
なた
gonna...
のこと誰よりも大事に思ってます。
I'm not gonna correct you, Dexter. You heard when I said the Z and when I said the S. A culmination of the same pent-up emotions that Anna and I had.
私、シュウのことが好き。ずっと一緒にいたい。
Yune's candid and clear-headed confession. The moonlight shining on her long hair gives the illusion of silvery butterflies fluttering in the night. Despite my amazement at this unexpected turn of events, my heart is filled with a rush of emotion. How can I most accurately express myself? I feel a pang of regret at my lack of creativity, whether through art or song. But regardless, who cares if it sounds clumsy? There's only way. God damn it, there's only one way I can tell her how I feel. I feel the same way. I love you too, Yune. That's actually why I called you out here. So I could confess that love to you. It's almost as if we could read each other's minds.
そうなの？よかった。ほっとしたけど変なの。
We each laugh at our impeccable timing. And then, as if fully grasping the situation, we both freeze, our eyes locked together. Right. Now's my only chance. Yune. There's something I want you to have.
それは
It's not a ring or anything like that. Just your birthday present. That's right. The gift I've been trying to give her since our first loop, but never could.
これ時計
Yeah, it goes on your wrist. I had this feeling you might like it. The world always seems to end before I could give it to her. But this time it's different. It's almost tomorrow, and I wanted to give it to you before the day ended. I finally give Yune the watch. The time on which has never moved past this day. It's as if the time that stopped is finally ticking forward second by second.
ありがとう嬉しすぎるよ
So what's a watch? Yes, it's a watch. How symbolic of this fucking... how symbolic of this fucking game. Yune takes it with a huge smile and a hint of tears in her eyes. Seeing the emotions pouring out of her only makes my love for her grow stronger.
やっぱりシュウは私にとってのサンタさんだよ
As long as you don't mind a Santa that looks like this. A person who can cross over the aurora. One who can bring happiness to children everywhere. The guy who'd been mistaken once for Santa Claus finally has a special place in her heart.
今日が終わっちゃう前に言わなくちゃ
The words that neither of us had been able to say until now. They marked the end of the day. And the beginning of tomorrow. May we celebrate this day together for many years to come.
メリークリスマスシュウただいま
You had one job. How could you fuck this? How could you fuck up so bad? Happy birthday, Yune. I'm glad to be back. A far-off trumpet sounds out. The sunlight is finally dawning on our endless holy night. Fucking Merry Christmas with one R. How could they? How dare they? What the fuck? Is this the ending or the opening? Jesus Christ, you're loud. Quiet down a bit. Alright. Also, what the fuck happened twice? Amazing Grace. It really was amazing, wasn't it? What a visual novel. Bro. I loved every second of it. I can't lie. Hang on, that the end of her route? Yes, that is. I mean, what? Yeah, you. Unfortunately, right? I can't even show the fucking ending because DRM shit, right? So it's better if I just skip this first. Alright, we're back to Amazing Grace. First of all, where's my fucking gallery, bro? Just because I haven't gone through Saku's round yet, I finished the game! Does it not count? It still doesn't count? Like, come on, man. It is much more of a mystery than a romance. It is. And that's what I love about Amazing Grace, is that it was a mystery, and mysteries are my favorite genre. Start Sakuya. Well, I need to glaze the game first, all right? Because I doubt that Sakuya's route will end differently from Yune's, right? Either way, what a fucking phenomenal game, right? I mean, it's hard for me not to compare it to Irosekai, considering that that was also very heavily that also had a lot of mystery to it as well. Mystery are good. Mystery is more compelling. Ranking, Amazing Grace is at the top. If I were to rank all of the visual novels that I've played through, it would be Amazing Grace at the very top, followed by Irosekai, and then are you ranking your VNs on VNDB? I haven't been doing that. But it's Amazing Grace, Irosekai, and what would be my... Let's just stick to top 3, right? Top 3. My third place would be My Klutzy Cupid. Yeah, I would say My Klutzy Cupid is probably my third. Because here's the thing, right? Nekopara was fun, right? It was a bit too short, and it's more of a gimmick. You need the list. I do need a list, don't I? Unfortunately, I haven't finished Love Sweet Garnish, right? No, I mean, I finished Love Sweet Garnish. I haven't finished Sugar Sweet Temptation, right? SST. Love Sweet Garnish was... I mean, there's a reason I used Love Sweet Garnish as an example when it came to visual novel slice of lives, where it's fun to play in your spare time, but not as a let's play, right? Riddle Joker, I would probably put 5th, and Ars Magna 4th. Right? Riddle Joker was good. But there were still some issues, right? My Tetsu would probably put 6th, right? I like My Tetsu, right? But it's got some highs, but it doesn't have as many. The highs of Riddle Joker are higher. Let me think again. Isn't there a VN we are forgetting? Well, if we go through the VNs that I've played from the start, you've got My Klutzy Cupid, Sugar Sweet Temptation, which doesn't count because I haven't finished it. Nekopara, Ars Magna, Love Sweet Garnish, Riddle Joker, fucking Irosekai, My Tetsu, Amazing Grace. Right? I mean, like, you can look. I've got all of the visual novels I've played in playlist form on both channels, right? Sugar Sweet Temptation, My Klutzy Cupid, and Ars Magna are the only 3 on my VOD channel, right? You've got My Tetsu, Amazing Grace, Irosekai, Nekopara, Love Sweet Garnish, Riddle Joker, and then on my VOD channel, you've got Amazing Grace, My Tetsu, My Klutzy Cupid, Ars Magna, and Sugar Sweet Temptation. So when is your next YouTube series? Dexter, I thought you... Did you forget that I said... Did you forget what I said about what I was doing with the YouTube series? These are the YouTube series. What break? The YouTube series is me streaming the game. Because what you should be asking is Patreon series, right? And that's a different question. That I don't have an answer for. Magical Marriage Lunatics. Well, first of all, I don't have the game, right? So, do I have the game? Well, that's the other question. I should have the game, right? It is 18 plus only. Yeah, I know. I gave you money for it? Yes. You did. Hang on. Yeah, okay, no. I have Magical Marriage Lunatics. Alright, so I'll play that eventually. But I still need to play Nukitashi. Alright? I thought I was going crazy. Yeah, no, I thought I was too. Either way. So you can play that on YouTube. I guess. I guess I can, right? But there's a lot of shit that I'll have to cut out. Yeah. Nukitashi, I probably wouldn't be able to. But either way, thanks for watching. I'm not done yet. The stream isn't over yet. This is just for YouTube. Right? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We're not finished because we still have Sakuga's route to do. But yeah. I guess. See, here's the thing, right? Because I'm definitely with how this is going, I'm definitely going to be playing Master Magistrate as this game comes out, especially, right? Well, as this episode on the main channel would be coming out, right? So I guess the next episode after this would have been a Master Magistrate episode, but that's semantics. Either way, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in Sakuga's route. Bye-bye, I guess.